2020.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, more behind the scenes.
Yes. Okay.
We were only supposed to do 13.
That's yes. And then they ordered.
ABC picked up that phone. They said, "You're going to do 6 more." And then weirdly, they picked up that phone 2.5 weeks later, and they said, "You're going to do 1 more."
Yeah, that was. I think that was nice.
They brought it to 20.
So exciting for the writers. So let's take some questions. Okay.
Okay. Why does Bud Snort have no children? Really good question. There's not a real answer that I know of from the producerial standpoint, which Lake may know the answer, but I just personally, it is such a drag working with kids because they have different hours. You can't just shoot the way you normally shoot. It's a lot easier without kids. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a spattering of children in our background. Our main characters don't have young children, so it's more just like, oh, the people we're focusing on in this part of the town, like, don't have children.
And Kay and Bose is grown.
Yeah, and with Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob plays 14 on the show.
Well, he's going away to college.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. Treat him. We treat
His
him.
development. He plays a 14-year-old developmentally speaking, but he is in fact college bound.
He's the best.
By the way, another really fun scene when you and I are waiting to find out whether he got into Nebraska or not.
We're like,
and we just kind of decided, like, well, the reality is there's no way we would believe he has gotten into college.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to dance around what's mean, what's real versus what's mean.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
We had a really fun whole story behind that scene in the backdrop where we're going, let's measure expectations. Let's just, okay. And then we're, oh my God, he got in, it's like a fun.
Yeah.
To ask, what is your favorite scene that you shot on the show?
Wrestling. Because quite often in the show, it'll just say like Mike and Rio practice the what was the name of the country? The Estonian method.
Wife carry.
Wife carry. And so it'll just kind of say like, they practice, and we know that that's supposed to be a montage and it's supposed to take some amount of time, and naturally the director kind of wants to map that out, and we urge them, just let us wrestle.
Yeah.
And we just wrestled for about 5 minutes, and they filmed it, and it was hysterical for us.
Therein lies the thing where it's like, okay, we understand the game of it.
Yeah. And
then we're just like, we got this. You know what I mean? And then it's just, oh, is that okay? I will say a lot of people are asking about Rudy, played by Ed Begley Jr. Everyone's like, where's Rudy? He is one of the funnier people, I think, both. First of all, he's one of the nicest men. Could you agree with that? Like he's like a good person from a cellular level.
I've never met anyone nicer.
Yeah.
In fact, to the point, and I love him. I actually go, whoo, that's a lot of energy. Like that, I'd be exhausted. He's so kind.
Yeah.
And he goes out of his way to tell, like, when we work on Wednesday morning, he'll have watched the episode, and then he tells each person something that he liked that they did in the episode, and it's the sweetest thing ever. And I go, that son of a gun, he like put the time into this, and it's so nice.
He's also just like, his comedic timing is unprecedented. Like, he knows exactly where to pause and where to create tension. It's remarkable. Someone just they said short shorts. That was their favorite.
Oh.
And that was really funny. That made me laugh very hard. One of my favorite scenes also, I just want to say, was playing with those little piggies. Getting to just, it's so cute. And let me think.
You like that. That's one of the things Lake and I differ on. You already heard, I don't love, what do I want to say? I loved working with Tyree on Parenthood, who played Jabbar. We had the most beautiful relationship. It was so manageable. It was just the two of us so often in scenes, and that was lovely. So it's not true to say I don't like working with kids, but I do not like working with animals because they don't do anything they're supposed to do. They're animals, and they don't care about being good or bad at acting. God bless them. And they just it makes the simplest thing you got to shoot
I
like this big question mark. Like, are they going to do this thing, or
we
not?
yeah, I know they're so rough. Here's
As
what
a control freak,
I
it's
know
hard.
it is, but I know I'm so obsessed with oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Someone keeps talking about Kay. Yes, Lennon Parham, Wozers to the Mosers. Okay, she and
It's her show. We're on Lennon's show.
this is her show.
Yeah.
Okay, and she is comedy ace like all day, every day. If you're like sparring with her, you're not gonna win. Okay.
I just realized I misspoke while you're talking about her. What I realized is that her best friend in real life, Jessica, was on the show.
Yes.
And actually, the table scene where we're finding out that there might be something in the barn that we've hit it. That by
That
far was the
oh,
funnest moment of the whole show by
that
a factor of 10.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So in Grisham Girls, which is an episode where Kay's sister comes to town, who's played by Jessica St. Clair, it all culminates in this deeply jealous on my part sort of scene around a table where Dax and Jessica are like flirting, but like he's so innocent about it and she's not, and Lennon's like, oh, like feeding the fire of jealousy on Rio's part. It's just
She keeps saying check please, which I don't believe was in the script. And then she just started saying it like virtually every other line was check please.
and then
And every time I thought it was hysterical.
and then Dax he's like he does it's like the worst joke. It's as if Jessica has the worst like check please, like boo. He laughs as if it was
I'm
like
watching Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like like there's like a vein that pops out. Like you were laughing so hard. Oh my God. Anyway, it was so wonderful.
That was the best. I think in general, all of our favorite scenes are in that kitchen.
True. A lot.
There seems to be some kind of good juju in that kitchen.
Yeah, there's good juju. Yeah, and you're right. It's solid. It's indoors. It's air conditioned. Um,
Can we talk about the crush I have on your mother?
yeah. Oh my. Yeah, Robin Bell.
Robin.
Robin is one of
Woo!
the. Yeah, she's don't
Elegant lady. Elegant lady.
cool it, cool it.
And she comes to set
Listen,
and
Mom, I'm sorry.
you know.
She doesn't watch. I don't think she knows how to do live chat. We barely know how to do live chat. I think she's probably.
I hope she's watching.
Robin, are you watching? Oh, Robin Bell. Oh my gosh, Robin Bell. Someone said her name. Okay.
She's so beautiful, Robin Bell.
She's,
She really. I never asked you this part, but did Scott meet her and go, "Oh, fuck yeah, this is what she's gonna look like"?
yeah, I think
I want to talk to him about that because it had to have crossed his mind when he met her. Like, oh, not too shabby if this is what the future holds.
no, I know she's really elegant. I mean, look, she's really special and elegant. And
Someone said, Dax, you have so many crushes. Someone just typed.
you have crushes.
I have crushes on so many people. I love people. People are so attractive and interesting and fun. All of them. I like all of them.
Yeah, you have a love of humans. Let's see, Scott. What's up, Papa? Okay. I feel bad because I just want to say that if you are watching and you're like, hey, answer my question. It might be because my eyes were up, and that it's like you have to like look back down. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Are the best. Are you seeing, by the way?
Am I what?
Are you seeing like? I wonder if it's.
I had the same thought, and yes, I am.
Okay, so
yeah. Like, how do you name Rio? Where do you get that sweet hat, Dax? Right?
Oh yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
You love Brad Pitt.
Almost as much.
Oh my God.
No. I love him more than Robin. I gotta say it.
Listen, I think I told you
I've loved him longer. for
I know.
start.
I've never been more awkward ever in meeting someone ever in my entire life. It's so hard to meet Brad Pitt.
Just think of, I just thought of something else. What happens when Brad Pitt's son brings home a girl
Oh God.
in high school and she goes, "Oh my God, that's what you're going to look like?"
Right. Yeah. Well, I think she knows what he's gonna like, right? Like he's pretty, he's a smoke show, guys. I, I,
Oh,
I get it. You know what I mean? And
well,
yeah,
what's great, let's bring everyone up to speed. You like them, of course, everyone does, but you came to work and you were like, okay, I'm remembering this correctly, right? You saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
yes.
You came to work and you're like, I get it, man. I'm with you.
I always have been like, yeah, Brad Pitt, obviously, but I just was
Boy.
like, say what, sister? Like, get out of town, mister. Just
Yeah,
all of the things. I was
him
like,
on that roof. Woo!
but I think him on that roof, but then him like looking at the girl across the street, like, hot damn.
Oh
Hot
my God, you're right. That was the moment. And I think that's what you and I zeroed in on and really unpacked. He looks at her in a way, wow.
if
If you're
that
walking on the street and you look and you see him looking at you like that,
I was concerned for the camera operator. I thought is shooting guns straight at that camera. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Brad Pitt going bang. Like I was like,
yeah.
hey, you know.
I hate to interrupt this, but I did just see the one question I would die to answer, which is
Yeah.
that someone asked what razor I have. And, that's all I really care about is motorsports. So I have the one-seater RS1, and then I also have the XP Pro, which, holy shit. If you've not driven the new XP Pro, it's an entirely different machine.
But that
Oh,
has no.
well, I froze, but that's okay. Oh, so you know what? It just happened. My wife just ordered food, and it came up on my phone. Yeah, real life.
What type of food cuisine are you guys going for? What type
I
of
don't know. It just said that the Postmates order has been
good,
accepted, but
good.
my hunch is probably all time, which you're not on. We live in Lake and I live about what 7 miles away from each other.
And yet it feels like
It's a different state.
yeah, it's a different state. Okay, so the point is, what we were talking about was off-road racing. Well, we were talking about whatever. We were talking about your new motorsport tick toy.
Acquisition. Yeah.
Someone
Can
just
we tell people about the first time we met, which was pretty well, not the first time, but because we met in a bathroom.
yeah, we met in a bathroom. I am going to do a quick, you know why. All right, good. Now moving forward. Um, that was just somebody asked me to do that.
We
Now
were at someone's house party and we were both waiting to go to the bathroom.
it was a fancy house.
It was a very fancy house, much
I,
nicer than both of ours.
you remember the story and I don't. I really remember you more from. I remember you from
Preschool.
you at, but there was a dinner party at one point, like I don't know, 100 years ago, where you and Kristen were together, and I was like, oh, that's Dax and Kristen, and that was it. It wasn't like there wasn't a big connective thing until preschool, and we were both like, hey.
Well, it specifically was I was coming out of the preschool. Our kids went to the same preschool, and I had driven the truck I drive to tow my big trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
And in LA, I know people don't like big trucks, and so I got immediately insecure that you thought I was like, a Hummer owner or something. And then I had to quickly tell you, I didn't even know you really. I talked to you once at a bathroom, and I'm like, just so you know, I tow a trailer. I really need you to know. It wasn't for my ego, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I love it. My dad's super into cars. Then you hit me with some of his acquisitions.
Yes.
And yeah, it just went completely different than what I was fearing was going to go.
Didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. I wrote a motorsport column for a second there for the Hollywood Reporter, and my dad owns race car tracks. And so I grew up with all that Jim Jam and motorsport.
Yeah, her dad rebuilt VIR, right? Virginia International Raceway.
And New Jersey Motorsport Park. So
cool.
very cool.
So Scott's like cool. You're going to look like Robin, and I have access to these tracks. I mean, I don't even know that he likes you. Or, I mean, let's just say he wouldn't have needed to like you.
Yeah, he could have just been like, great. I mean, he did see, I remember when I first met him and I told him, you know, that what my dad did, because I saw he had a motorcycle helmet and I was kind of like, hey, blah, 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 blah. You know, I was like, I talk like that too, you know, and he was like, what? You know, and one of the things he said was, wow, you and me are going to be friends for a long time. And that I was like, I will marry you. So,
We're gonna be more than friends, partner. We're
uh,
gonna we're
don't
gonna we're gonna be stuck in a house at some point with 2 children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, I think, I mean, do you think like ABC is going to be like, oh yeah, they did a good job? Or they're going to be like, I am glad that we don't ask, like, I'm concerned.
Can I tell you a joke I made last week that I feel like I want you to know?
Yes, please.
So Kristen did a live thing and she got me on it just like we're on it, right? Which was his own fiasco, just like this one was. But eventually I ended up on the thing. And I said, the reason we're doing this is I'm trying to practice because I'm going to do something with Lake for Bless This Mess. And I said, does this make you want to watch it Bless This Less or Bless This More?
Oh my God.
Bless This Less. That's kind of funny, isn't it?
It's really good. It's very Quar joke. It, and I will accept it. I will accept it. Does everyone like that joke?
Does everyone bless this less or bless this more? That joke.
Does this make you? Oh, they said bless this more. It makes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And I've removed my thing. The other thing I want to say is I really do want to say, even when because I watch the show with my little girls, which is really fun because the show's got animals and it's broad enough. There's like always physical comedy going on. And then I think the sexual comedy they just don't get, luckily. But then I was watching it with them, and I really just had this moment where I was like, the fucking cast of this show is outrageous. And the way I think when I watch Veep, that's like the high watermark. I watch Veep and I'm like, how did they get all of the single best people in every single kind of shape, size, and version? And I'm not saying we're Veep, but I am saying everyone delivers.
There's a zinger in every corner. I mean, David Beckner. Woo!
Woo! Decaf.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Kristen said something. Hold on, I want to read this.
Pam Grier.
But they do not like the fake blood on your face when you get fake injured. Other than that, it's their favorite show. Kristen's involved now.
Oh, Kristen. Honey, are you here?
Honey. Sweetie.
Is she really? Where is she here? Can she just like join in and say hey?
No, she wrote that. She's watching this at our house. I told you I had to leave. I can't do this at my house. My kids would be all over me, so I had to leave. And she's still at the house, and she wrote Hi Lake. You see that?
Oh shit! Hi! Oh, great. This is great. Oh,
this is really getting big.
Yeah. So I think you can see how many people are watching you. Initially it was like, but dang, and I think people have trailed off a little bit. But I mean, I don't believe them. I mean, you're like hanging out with two people. I mean,
people just kind of were like, okay, well, I guess that's that. And certainly there's something else I could be doing.
I mean, people, it's like you have a short attention span, and we're all guilty of it. And
yeah.
I think like 3,000 people are watching that.
Anyway, the other thing I wanted to add, so I think the cast is fantastic, and then you and I have a damn good time.
Yeah, we just do, and
we just have a damn good time.
It's a lot of hours, and I think there's a lot of joy on our set. I really do.
Oh.
And I feel like I look around and everyone from like the greens department to the production design to, the electric to the camera, it's like everyone's having a good time. We're outside. There's like a family of deer that live on our set. You know what I mean? It's just a really sweet environment.
But I want to add, this was late. This was recent, kind of. We discovered that we both have one of the most unattractive qualities a human could have.
Oh,
And it's not like I observed it in you. As I was kind of telling on myself for how much I hated about myself, and then you go, "Oh my God, I do the exact same thing." So now it's this fun thing that we bust each other when we're doing our really unattractive thing, which is if they were to say to us in a take, "Hey, Lake, could you grab the coffee pot on the next take?" And Lake would go, "Yeah, I grabbed it on the last take, but yeah, I'll grab it again." And then I do the same thing, probably even worse. And then we both are like, "Just say, yeah, I'll grab the coffee." They don't need to know you did it already.
clearly they didn't see that you did. So do it again.
We can't accept that someone thinks we didn't do the thing right that they're asking us to do. It's too painful for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to work on that. And I think that's what all of this is about, is working on our flaws. But listen, I do want to say this. I feel very honored for the people who are watching to be hanging out with you. I do. And it's just, this is some sort of strange otherworld quasi connection with people that I don't know. And that's what I think the show is too. You know, we put a lot of love, and there's a lot of like sweetness and heart in the show. It's easy enough, as you said, to watch with your children. And husbands and wives alike can like it.
I'm gonna add one more thing too. Lake does 3 times the amount of work I do on this show. I have other jobs, so there's sometimes I'm working in other capacities, but
Sure.
Lake works at least 3 times as hard as I do. Lake is very involved in casting. You're fucking involved with wardrobe. God bless you. I don't know how you could possibly care. You're watching cuts. You're doing. She works so hard. So her and Liz Merriweather created the show, and Liz obviously runs, and she works a tremendous amount. But Lake is kind of doing what Liz does and what I do. So just everyone know, she is. When you see executive produced by both of us, know that that's bullshit. Lake is doing 90% of it. I'm just trying to make everyone work faster. That's my only job as a producer. Let's get home to our children.
Right, right. And Liz Merriweather, we should talk about Liz Merriweather, she is a force of nature on the other side of, she like helps the machine, she's like making the machine run while we're out like moving the cogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's a sex machine too. Let's just add that. She's hot. She's a sex machine too. Let's add that. She's hot. Yeah. She's feisty.
You can say that. Yeah, I think, I mean, she is a stone cold fox, but like she's just like powerhouse. And I also, I started the show, we created the show together because we're really good friends. She's a fucking great, I don't know, I shouldn't say cursing.
And the new girl, just to remind people, that was her first show, I guess, right? That was her first show, New Girl. Yeah.
And we met, Liz and I had met on a movie that she wrote called Fuck Buddies,
which got renamed to
Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits, where you met Rob Corddry.
No, that was What Happens in Vegas.
There we go.
Friends, No Strings Attached is what I'm thinking. No Strings Attached. Why did I say Friends with Benefits? Thank you. Because I was just looking.
That was with Natalie Portman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No Strings Attached with Natalie Portman and Ashton, and Ivan Reitman directed it.
That is what's interesting, because we really didn't know each other until our kids went to school together. By the way, you guys, our kids were soulmates. It's so crazy.
I know.
Out of all the kids at this school, they were obsessed with one another. I'm glad they got broken up, because they would have burnt the place down. They should not be allowed to be friends, I don't think. They only need one of either of them in any friendship, probably.
I think they're going to find each other, and they're going to,
go straight to jail.
Yeah. They're going to be, for sure. But
what I was going to say is, we have so much overlap. Like you did a movie with Ashton, yet I didn't know you. And we had all these mutual friends and stuff, and then just no overlap.
Oh, you mean just no overlap? Like, oh, like you dated my best friend, like
that. You did date my best friend, but that,
right.
Again, how did you date my best friend and yet I don't know you, right? So that's kind of my point, is that we were kind of like, it's weird we didn't cross circuits because we were all in the same shared space, basically.
Someone's asking me what my favorite color is. I have to answer it.
Of course. That's
Green.
like the razor question.
I know, it's just like that. I love that he's asking that, because it's just like, all right, yeah, someone asked you to take your shirt off, what can I say?
I'd hate for my wife to get too horny at home watching this,
yeah,
and me not to be there.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like immediate intercourse for you. Wait, let's see. Okay, should we do a couple more questions and then call it a day?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me see. There's crying, laughing. Oh, maybe did we say something funny? Okay.
Naturally, this would be the question I'd want to know. I was like, who are we talking about that you dated that I'm friends with?
No,
it's so juicy, but out of respect for that other person, we don't have his permission. I can't tell you, but I would want to know the same thing.
I don't want to talk about who that. We're not talking about
Brad Pitt. It's Brad Pitt. But anyways, moving on.
Oh my God. Okay.
Did Rudy borrow? Hold on, I'm scrolling down. There's a real question. Let me find it. Did Rudy borrow your clothes for the makeover?
Did Rudy visit for the makeover?
Remember when he got cool to win Constance back when we went roller skating?
Yeah, he wore some of your clothes, right? He wore your clothes.
I'm trying to think if that was again, that would be a you. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about, that you would have really spent an hour thinking about and made a decision.
Yeah. We made that shirt, but you wore your jeans. Those were your jeans. And we got a motorcycle jacket, because in your Mike wardrobe, we don't have a motorcycle jacket because.
Okay. The fun mom is asking, and this is a great question. It's very pertinent. Who's hotter, Robin or Monica's grandma? And I'm sorry, Monica's grandma is hands down the most beautiful human being that's ever been on planet Earth in 5 billion years.
Okay.
She is unreal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I fully believe that.
But I do hate to rank people. Look, everyone's just beautiful, and it's great.
Okay. So, God, it's going so quickly. Favorite guest star so far? God, they're all so great. I mean,
so easy for me.
What?
So easy for me.
Ryan Hansen.
Or Monica.
Oh yeah, Monica. Oops, sorry.
Monica and Ryan.
Low battery, guys. I'm so with us. Okay. I'm impressed with us that we've gotten. We've.
What time is it? Is it midnight?
It's mid.
But 8:30 tonight is the season finale. It is the conclusion, the part 2 of the cliffhanger.
Yes, it is a part 2 episode. So this is a big deal. We've never done a 2-parter. So it was like, to be continued. And then it's like, who's pregnant? Or is everyone pregnant, or is no one pregnant? Because that would be a real baller move in the writer's room.
Yeah.
To make no. Yeah. Let me see. Will we see the underground bunker again? If there's a season 3 and the situation is the situation, I'm going to say that's a hard yes.
Well, look, guys, not to get into how the sausage is made, but when you spend money to build a set, eventually someone's like, hey, we got to use that thing again. We spent a lot of money building that thing.
We built it. So you're going to see it. And then someone said your tacos arrived. Who knows if that's...
Jumping the truck was part of the fun of the, that was another, yeah.
I mean, I got thrown into a cold pond, but that sucked. How do you work with Lake without falling in love with her? Oh,
did someone ask that?
Yeah, it took me by surprise.
Was it Kristen?
Favorite animal noises? Okay. All of them, because I love animals. Burt Reynolds or Ashton? Oh.
I like, can I do my turkey impersonation?
Totally. Okay, good. I did sound for one of our chickens, Priyanka, at one point in the sound booth. That's another way that I get overly involved, where we didn't have a sound for because that's actually me.
Lake is a very talented voiceover artist, in addition to being a show creator. She is in the Secret Lives of Pets, which is fantastic.
Like Chloe.
Remember, I hit you. I was like, I watched it with the kids in part two, and it's fantastic.
Thank you. I mean, the amount of times that I watched Frozen 1 and 2 are unprecedented. So Kristen, thank you for that. Also, you know, F you for that.
Yeah.
And also, so wait, let's look. I miss Parenthood. They miss Parenthood, hun.
Me too. It was a beautiful show.
Thank you. Also, the episode of ER I was in was on TV this morning. I was 19 when that happened.
You told me something about that.
Yeah.
Was it a 10-minute shot that ends on you and you got to say medical jargon?
No, I didn't have to say medical jargon. Similar pressure. It was one of those big steady cam shots where it's like the gurney comes in, then you follow that structure comes through there. Then another person goes blah, 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 medical jargon, blah, 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 another thing comes through, and then it ends up on me, and it's like, oh, this girl just got brought in with some sort of abdominal pain, and then it's like on me, and I don't feel well, blah, and I throw up. So I had to hold.
Did you fuck it up though? Was that the story, or no? You did it fine.
No, I did okay. I just had to hold pea soup in my mouth, and I was like, oh my God. It was the first time I threw up for a thing. And so, you know, I was supposed to like, you know, that's how I remember it. Of course, I don't know. Maybe it was like maybe it was like one steady cam shot that was so easy, but the way I remember it was like.
It most certainly isn't however you remember it. That's now my conclusion at hitting 45 is like, it's a joke to think you really have the deets right of anything. Well,
all I can say is I am going to have to go soon. I do want to say that I wore this shirt in honor of our finale because it was what I wore. It's the actual shirt I wore on our pilot for the.
Oh my goodness.
So I wore this.
And I'm wearing a Michigan shirt as I do every single day. Some version of a Michigan shirt.
Yeah. But, you know, that's the heartland.
Well, I love you. And I'm not excited to get back to work per se, but I am very excited to see you on the regular again.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Now I feel like we are in a private conversation. I'll call you and let you know what I hear.
Yeah, call me on Instagram Live.
On Instagram, we can have a private conversation.
I love you.
All right.
This was more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Ditto.
Anyone who watched, my goodness, thank you. I don't deserve your interest in me, but Lake does, but I don't. But so just thank you.
Thank you so much, and we will see you tonight on
8:30.
At 8:30. All right. Bye, guys.
ABC.
ABC, Hulu.
All right. Bye-bye.